I have just arrived at the campsite for my CQ Worldwide single sideband contest. It's going to be cold, it's probably going to be rainy, so I've got a bunch of work to do. And hey, look at all the stuff I've got ready to come out of the car and be set up. Want to give me a hand? Hi, I'm Tracy, VE3TWM. Thank you for tuning in to Outdoors on the Air. This time around, CQ Worldwide single sideband DX contest, and it, unlike last year where we had beautiful, incredible late summer-like weather, this is going to be more like the fall. Right now, I think we're looking at temperatures that are in the high 40s Fahrenheit, dipping down to just above freezing tonight, and there's going to be rain. Okay, here is where the action happens. And I've got an operator chair there up on the table. I've got my Yaesu FT817, and with its protective case, just up from there is the Icom 705 and its protective case, my SG2020, and over on the right hand side I've got an iPad running hammers and my Yaesu FT710. So let's just say I'm loaded for bear. The antenna I'm looking forward to using for this event is an N9 SAB. This is a 40 through 10 mini Wyndham, Tim called it. I don't even know if he sells them anymore, but he should. This is one of my favorite antennas. I expect I'll have the apex up around 35 feet or so. So you can see I've got a long radiator arm, a long and a short because it's an off-center fed. Here's the coax, and this is an N9 SAB choke. So here's a look at my mini Wyndham's feed point. The angle is greater than 90 degrees, which of course is really important in an inverted V configuration. If it gets any less than 90, you're going to have SWR issues. Now that I've got the antenna up, let's take a look at the analyzer. Okay, 10 meters, what have we got? Hey, that's great. We are, looks like about 1.7, 1.6 all across the entire band. Beautiful. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mike, 5905.
QSL 5904.
Very much. Carolina 9 radio. Delta Florida 8, X-Ray Charlie. Delta Fox 8, X-Ray Charlie.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Tango Whiskey, Mexico 5914.
QSL 5904.
Thank you. Good luck to that. Delta Florida 8, X-Ray Charlie.
Now, here's like a practical, I don't know if it's a tip. Here's a what not to do. This is a gravel parking lot slash campsite. So I had to bring along, let me just adjust the camera here for a sec. I had to bring along a hammer because it's gravel, and I've got pegs to go into the ground. So I'm standing out there yesterday and I'm pounding these pegs in to support the PVC mount here. And all of a sudden I think to myself, you big dummy, you should put some leather gloves on. So I went and grabbed some leather gloves, pounded in the pegs, and guess what? I missed. And so this is the joy of HF Portable. I don't know if you can see my fingernail there, but that reminded me of my little mishap for the remainder of the day. Feeling a little bit better right now, but the Advil are certainly helping. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mike.
Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mike.
Whiskey, Victor Alpha 3, Tango, Whiskey Mexico. Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mexico, 5915.
QSL 5904.
QSL, Hotel Alpha 6 Papa.
Secure contest. Charlie Tango 3 Kilo November. Charlie Tango 3 Kilo November contest.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike, 5933.
QSL 5904.
Charlie Tango 3 Kilo November.
This is an event I like to come out for every year. It's second only to Field Day on my ham radio calendar. There are a ton of stations out there from all over the globe looking to make a contact with you, and what more fun could it be than to do all that in an outdoor portable environment.
CQ contest, CQ, Golf Mike 4 Victor, Germany, Mexico 4 Victoria.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike, you're 5914.
QSL 5904.
Roger, thanks, Golf Mike 4 Victor.
Thank you. Lima November 8 Whiskey.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5914.
QSL 5904.
Thank you. Lima November 8 Whiskey. Contact. File 7 X-ray.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5915.
QSL 5904.
Yourself. File 7 X-ray.
You know, I haven't been to this conservation area camping before. It's only about a half an hour from my home. And, you know, I thought it might make for a good location for future camping trips / radio operations. However, what I'm finding is that the campsites are all very closely spaced, and even this one, which is specified as being a private site, is at this time of year with leaves off the bushes very not private. So, and all the sites are really small. This one is cramped. At least it's got some length, which has allowed me to put up the antenna. But I don't think I'll be coming back here again.
Germany, Mexico, flight Germany, contact.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
CE3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5914.
QSL 5904.
Thank you. Golf Mike 5 Golf.
Contest, Lima Yankee 4 Lima, Lima Yankee 4 Lima.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
V3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5915.
QSL 5904.
Thanks, Lima Yankee 4 Lima. Charlie Radio 2 Bravo, Charlie Radio 2 Bravo, contest.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Okay, Tango Whiskey Mike, Victor Echo 3, Charlie Tango Whiskey Mexico 5914.
QSL 5904.
Thank you. Is the frequency clear? Is the frequency fine, alright?
Yeah, seems good over here.
Thank you so much for your report, my friend. Enjoy the weekend.
7-3. All right, so I was at it maybe an hour or so on the FT710. You know, my first time out doing this kind of event with a full 100 watt transceiver and the power punched up to 75 watts. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a little like shooting fish in a barrel. And where is the challenge to that? Now listen, it's fun. I mean, it's a nice radio. I'm not disputing it. You know, parks on the air, you want to get out there, you want to make as many contacts as physically possible, and you're close to your car, coupled with a high capacity battery. It's an ideal option. But for something like this, more of an extended activation, I mean, I enjoy the thrill of low power operating and being able to you know, work a distant contact with a lower power level. So at this point, after having made a number of contacts on a smoking hot 10 meter band, I mean, I've never seen single sideband signals, you know, wall to wall straight up and above 29 megahertz. That's awesome. You can tell we're at the top of the solar cycle. I'm going to switch gears a little bit, move over to my beloved SG 2020. See how I get on at approximately, I think it's 12 watts it puts out on 10. Let's give it a shot and see if I can make any contacts with that one. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5914.
QSL 5904.
Thank you. QSL.
Thanks, India Oscar 6 Tango.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5915.
QSL 5904.
Thanks, India Oscar 6 Tokyo.
9 Alpha 1 Papa, 9 Alpha 1 Papa, contest.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5915.
QSL 5904.
Thanks, 9 Alpha 1 Papa.
I've had the chance to stretch the legs on the SG 2020, a beautiful radio. I'm making international contacts across the pond. It's a great little rig, and I honestly think it only puts out something like 12 watts on 10 meters.
Thank you, Zulu Fox 5 Tango.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Is it Whiskey Mike?
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
83 Tango Whiskey Mike 598.
QSL 594.
Thank you, Zulu Fox 5 Tango. Victor 47 Tango.
VA3 WBA.
Give your call again to 3.
Victor Alpha 3 Whiskey Bravo Alpha.
KA3 Whiskey Bravo Alpha
594. Thank you very much. Good luck with the contest.
Well, one of the things I thought I might do while I was out here is take a look at how the other radios are performing. Next up on my list is going to be my Icom 705. Let's see if I can make any contacts with that one. Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey again.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mexico.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mexico. Roger, you 5914.
QSL 5904.
04, thank you. You on that?
Now, this is the beauty of 10 meters. 10 meters wide open, the whole contest, because we're at the solar maximum. This is QRP's time to shine. I haven't had to move off this band the entire contest, which is good because the antenna is performing very well on the band. But you have this wide open space on 10 meters, if you think about it, on single sideband from 28.3 right on up really to the AM portion above 29, but I've even heard stations above 29 calling CQ on single sideband. That gives you a whole bunch of real estate in which to find stations that are calling CQ, but nobody's coming back to them. And because 10 meters is such a quiet band, if the propagation's right, they're gonna hear you. And this morning I am rattling off European stations with this Icom 705. I've got the snap-on battery going, which means I'm running at 5 watts. I'm not running at 10 watts. Not that that makes any difference in my estimation. I'll be happy to debate anybody on that one. But look at this, incredible. I hope you got out there CQ Worldwide with your QRP rig and tried to make some contacts.
Bravo, Sierra 55, Oscar, Oscar.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5915.
QSL 5904.
Thank you, Sugar 55, Oscar, Oscar. Contact Lima Yankee 4 Lima, Lima Yankee 4 Lima.
Here's something I love to hear while camping. See if that comes through. It takes me back to my scouting days. When we'd be out camping and a train would rumble by, and in a young boy's mind, what you'd think about is the distant destinations that train was headed to. And I've always had a soft spot in my heart for trains anyway, so just love that sound when I'm camping.
Thank you, Yankee Oscar 7, Sierra Radio.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Victor Echo 3.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
Tango Whiskey Mike 5920.
QSL 5904.
Thank you, Yankee Oscar 7, Sierra Radio.
Just a note about the 705. So in field day this year, I had a lot of issues with the 705's speaker rattle, I called it. Distortion whenever I had the volume turned up to about the 65% mark and higher to get over ambient noise. Since then, I've dug into the menus, done a lot of tweaking with the audio settings. Seems to be better now. So I think those audio settings are actually pretty critical. And I had been using on field day the default settings as the rig comes out of the box. So I may put up a video in future showing how I've adjusted those settings for those people who may be experiencing the same thing I did. And I will note that when I pointed that out in my field day video, I had a lot of comments. people coming back to me saying, hey, they weren't experiencing that at all. So interesting.
Lima, Oscar, 5 uniform. Lima, Oscar, 5 uniform, contact.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike, 5913.
5904.
Thank you, David. Okay, thanks. Victor Kilo 4 America.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5930.
QSL 5904.
Thank you, Victor Kilo 4 America.
That was my first ever Australian contact. Woohoo!
73 QRZ Alpha Zulu 6 Hotel.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mike 5913.
QSL 5904.
Thank you, Alpha Zulu 6 Hotel. Thank you, Japan America 7 Ocean Whiskey Denmark.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Echo something whiskey.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
3 something whiskey.
Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mike.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey 5925.
Correction the call sign, Victor Echo 3, Tango, Whiskey, Mexico.
Victor Echo 3 Tango Whiskey Mexico 5925. Roger.
QSL, copy 5904.
7 Ocean Whiskey Denmark.
Japan! Australia and Japan, same night. CQ Worldwide. If you're not going out portable doing this contest, next year you have to. That's it. Well, it is time to tear it all down after a lot of fun this weekend. Takeaways, camping, ham radio, CQ Worldwide, fresh air, having the right gear. It just made this a tremendous trip out for me. I look forward to this so much every year. I'm so happy and grateful to be able to partake in something like this. The last word I would have for you with regard to my experience is, hey, if you haven't tried something like this, what's keeping you? Get over your inhibitions. Go get a little bit of gear to get started. That's exactly how I started. I didn't have the best stuff to get going, but I gradually built up my gear over time. Put yourself out into the field. Enjoy everything that both camping and ham radio have to offer. Did you get out for CQ Worldwide single sideband? Did you make any really nice contacts? Please leave a comment below. Let me know how the contest went for you, whether it was indoors or outdoors. That's all for this time. Thanks for watching. Now it's your turn. Get out of the shack, get outdoors, and get on the air. 7-3 from Tracy, VE3, TWM.